They ran until the stream in front of them cascaded down as a waterfall.
Storybugs!
Hello and welcome to Storytime. We're going to continue with our Bambi chapter book in chapter 9, and Bambi was adapted from the film by Joan Ryder, illustrated by David Pacheco and Jesse Clay. Now last time, Bambi had just jumped over the cliff, and we think he got shot. So I'm very nervous about what's going to happen. Here we go. Chapter 9. As day ended, and it grew too dark to see and hunt, the hunters returned to their camp. Before they went to sleep in their tents, no one checked the campfire to see if it was put out. While the hunters slept, the fall wind blew through the campground. The wind scattered leaves on the ground, and sparks from the campfire, still smoldering and alive, flared. Leaves and grass caught fire, and the bright flames lit up the night. Aided by the wind, fire spread quickly through the dry brown grasses and up the tree trunks into the branches. Birds flew from their nests, and small animals ran from their homes, which were now in flames. Smoke made a foul-smelling haze in the forest. Bambi lifted his head at the scent of smoke, as the scent of smoke pricked his nostrils. He took a deep breath, and the smoke filled his lungs. Still weak and hurt, he sensed the danger in the forest. At least he's awake, huh? He's alive. That's good. He heard a voice command him, "Get up, Bambi." Bambi saw his father standing over him, watching him with care and concern. "Get up," his father shouted. Bambi tried to move, but pain shot through his body. He fell back to the ground. "You must get up," said his father, who could see the fire coming closer and closer to his son. Bambi tried to obey, but it was too painful to stand. Bambi's father could see the flames leap to a nearby tree. He could hardly breathe as smoke filled the air around them. He knew that his son could not stay here any longer. "Get up," he repeated. "Get up." Once again, Bambi tried to stand, and this time he succeeded. He was hurt, but he could move. He would move. His father stood beside him and said, "Now come with me." The great stag led his son through the treacherous woods. I'm going to show you the picture really quick. As the wind changed its course, fire darted in different directions. At first the flames were behind them, but then they blocked the deer's path. The great stag used all his wisdom and experience to fight the wind and the fire to find the safest path through the forest. He knew that Bambi was too tired to find his way alone, so he guided his son, making sure he stayed close. As he ran, Bambi felt stronger knowing that his father was with him. Together they would make it safely through the burning woods. The stags leapt into a stream, hoping the water would protect them from the blaze. They ran along the stream bed, but the wind shifted again. Suddenly the fire was in front of them. He turned around and ran back, but the trees along the banks of the stream were ablaze too. Burning limbs fell into the water, one almost brushing against Bambi. They ran until the stream in front of them cascaded down as a waterfall. The stags could not safely go any farther. But behind them, a tall tree, its trunk burning wildly, started to fall on top. Started to fall on top of them. They had no retreat. They had to leap over the waterfall. With great courage, the two deer jumped down and down and crashed into the water far below. At the edge of the forest was a broad lake. Many animals had found safety on an island in the lake. Birds flew and rested in the trees there. Their tiny bodies lined the branches as they slept. Mother Possum carried her babies on her tail as she swam to safety. And raccoons gently carried their young in their mouths to the island too. Nearby, Feline stood, looking back at the forest, at the hills, and at the sky behind them, red with flames. She watched the other animals group together. She felt so alone. Exhausted, the young doe could not rest. She stared at the lake and the forest, waiting. As she listened, she heard the soft splashing sound of someone moving through the water. Through the smoky haze, she saw two figures slowly walking in the shallow water. They looked very tired. She recognized their strong bodies and broad antlers. "Bambi," she called. Bambi dashed through the water toward Feline's voice. He climbed up on the rock beside her. She was alive. The fire had almost cost him his life, but they had both survived. Grateful to be safe, the two deer stayed close, waiting for the fire to die out so they could return to their woods together. Ooh, next chapter. Well, that was great. That ended really nicely where they all get to be together. But the sad part is their home's not going to be the same when they get back, huh? Well, thank you guys for joining me. The final chapter of Bambi's next, so I hope you'll come back, and we'll see you soon. If you guys enjoyed reading that story, would you please click subscribe down below? We read new stories just like this one every day, and we would love to let you know when there's a new story to listen to.